Arsenal 1, Chelsea 0. That was the final result. Only a fool would think that Chelsea would have beaten Arsenal. Even if there's loss we've lost today, it's a small margin. Chelsea were standing no chance of winning Arsenal at all. Look at the grades, the performances, the position, everything. Even before the game was played, the makers had already said that Chelsea would never win the game no matter what because of their poor performances, winning the game in an ugly way. Yes, it doesn't matter. It brought us where we are. We are on top four. We're still ahead with on ahead of Man City with 1 point, and but. Though it doesn't matter Chelsea the way they are playing right now, but beating Arsenal was the most difficult task for Maresca and his boys. We're gonna talk about the good and the bad about the result. Yes, the game have been played with a margin score. Arsenal still pushing for the title. Chelsea still pushing for the top four. And Man City, they are back or they are still on the trail of us losing one game, which Man City would surpass us. But guys, let's talk about everything. Before we dive into everything, we're gonna talk about everything. I want you to subscribe and like for more because there is more to come to this channel. Thanks to everyone who are joining up. Thanks to those who are trying to help and spread the channel across all Blues family Chelsea fans. Yes, guys, Chelsea have lost the game with a small margin 1-0. Are you gonna be happy with it? No, I'm not happy at all. Chelsea didn't play the game nicely, but one thing we're gonna talk about, there is a good side of Chelsea. Defending. Chelsea were very instrumental at the back. They were very solid. Missing Wesley Fofana, but their shield partnering at the back. Reece James in the middle of the park. It was a well organized game, but from the midfield going forward, Chelsea were nowhere to be seen. They had no position on the box or just passing the ball backboard to the central defenders and the goalkeepers. So Chelsea were not the threat in the attack at all. Whenever they have the ball, they were only allowing Arsenal to go back into their positions like they're restarting the game, giving them more opportunities to restart, to restructure everything, so that Chelsea were even failing like to penetrate, even just to put up a cross. It was very difficult for Chelsea. Reason being, the wingers had no match, had no play inside and outside of the wide wings there because Chelsea were very much taking the ball at the back. The defense was solid. Only the goal they conceded, yes, it was the corner. The goal was considered. The game would have ended 1-0 if it wasn't that error from the corner. But yes, we need to accept the result. But we're going to look at the performances of each and every player who played the game against Arsenal. I'm going to talk about Michael Correa was the best on the pitch. Like for me, he played very good at home. Like he's been playing. He's tried by all means to inspire the team, winning the ball back, going forward. He tried an attempt which was almost had gone through the back of the net if it wasn't just a slight touches the handling of Ramsey. We would have gone by 1-1 if it's not the opportunity we miss. So Kukureya was the standard performance for me. The other guy who was very outstanding for me was Caicedo, was trying by all means to balance up from the front and then at the back. It seems like Caicedo is very much overloaded because Chelsea, we are trying by all means to use Caicedo to each and every ball coming through the midfield from the wide, from the back. No wonder he got the yellow cards, and I was even scared that my Caicedo might get the red card, but unfortunately, yes, he didn't get the red card. He's gonna play the next match. He's still very much available, but he was very outstanding. The other guy who was very outstanding was Wesley Fofana. I love the way Wesley Fofana pushes the ball to go in front. He's the guy who never gets much of the ball to make the ball back or pass ball at the back. He always try like to go forward, finding the spaces, finding the center forward, but unfortunately, all our strikers, the wingers, they were below average. No one tried like to show the individual brilliance to open up the spaces. Unfortunately, it was just zero after zero. That was even in the first half, it was more waste. The other guy who was very at least outstanding, I'm gonna talk about the guy who was at the heart of the striking force. Neto tried by all means like to spare the team. Whenever he gets the ball, you can see that the Arsenal defenders were very much scared and very much careful against him, because he's the only guy who was offering threats in front of Chelsea and at the back of Arsenal defenders. If he had someone like to help him fight for the ball inside, like Lucas Jackson, the way he hold the ball, things would have been better. These are the good side for the Chelsea players who played the game. At least they did well. They made us proud. On those, I'm going to talk about the weakest players, the worst players we've seen on the pitch. One of the players we've seen on the pitch is Levi Cowell. Levi Cowell, he's a guy he's never talked about. He's one of the guys who, even if Chelsea are conceding many goals, they won't talk about him. But the positioning of Levi Cowell and going forward is very, very average. He's the guy you can never see him against small team. He will never step up against big team. He's always hiding in Kukureya's or other partners, defenders. The guy is all hiding. He's nowhere to be seen. He needs to be coming up. He needs to challenge for the ball. He needs to voice out. You are the center back. You are the tallest. You are huge. You have everything. You need, look at the way Gabriel, the way behaves. He behaves like, you need to have a leadership quite if you are one of the English best defenders, young defenders they have on that big game. Voice out, talk to your defenders, talk to your players, shout, let them go forward. But the guy is always quiet, polished, and he doesn't offer anything, even in going forward. Even if we get 110 corners, Levi Cowell, you're never gonna score. He'll never create an assist. He's the guy who's just on the Chelsea because he's from the Chelsea Academy and people they're paying him peanut. The other guy who was very much useless in the game is Christopher Nkuku. Christopher Nkuku, time as time for Bridge is up. You can tell from his body language, body movements, the guy is no longer the same player Chelsea bought. Maybe Maresca did destroy his confidence to play for Chelsea, but I can see, but right now, Christopher Nkuku, he's no longer at Chelsea. His heart is somewhere else. He really wanted to leave Chelsea in the transfer window, but there was no opportunity because Chelsea were asking for too much from Bayern Munich, and the suitors were also failing to come in and help and convince Chelsea to release the player or to lower the wages. So Christopher Nkuku, the way he's playing, you can tell that the guy is out. He's no longer at Chelsea. He's somewhere else. He's just there to fulfill the squad numbers. That's it. And he pockets his money. Nkuku was one of the worst players we had on the pitch. And the other guy who was very, very below average is Enzo Fernandez. Enzo Fernandez, I love the creativity sometimes he puts on in the game, but in this game he was much lost. He has no one to coordinate to because whenever he gets the ball, he was looking on the side, and whenever the ball goes on the side, which means the ball will go backward again to the full back, to the center back, to the goalkeeper. They kept on pressing us, pushing the ball back to the goalkeeper. And if it's a goal kick, it's a 50-50. So Enzo Fernandez, for me, he's a no. He didn't play, he didn't inspire the team the way he's supposed to inspire the team. I'm going to talk about Reece James. Reece James, he's an important player. I'm happy that he's contributing. He's playing more minutes on the field now, but there's a misuse of Enzo Maresca putting Reece James on the midfield. I know he's running out of options. That's why he want to convert him into a midfield because he can shoot, he can score free kick. But the guy is more influential on the right field. That's where his value goes up rapidly if he's playing on the wing or as a wing back. So for me, I'll be unfair. I'll give him a neutral because he didn't play his natural position. He was trying like to play a deep six, helping the defense in the middle and helping Caicedo on the midfield. He was trying to branch up, though that's not his natural position. So for me, he's a natural player. He wasn't bad. He wasn't good. He was just on neutral because that's not his natural position. The next I'm going to talk about is Jordan Sancho. He was also average as a winger. That's a big game. You are the experienced player. Instead of George Tariq, we look at you to create more opportunities, chances, break the defenders, try to win a foul or a penalty, get into the box. But he was also not seen. He was there passing the ball back on Caicedo, passing it back to the center, passing it back to, to Sanchez. So these are the kind of the of our performances Chelsea wouldn't want like to continue performing like this. If we continue performing like this, believe me, Chelsea will miss out the top four. The other thing now, the overall thing, we've all seen that the Chelsea are really missing a striker, just like Arsenal. They didn't have a proper number nine. They converted Moreno into nine just to cover up the space for Kai Havertz and Gabriel Jesus. So if Chelsea had strikers, sorry, if Arsenal had good finishers, even those who are on injuries, even Bukayo Saka, Chelsea would have lost maybe by two or three because Arsenal were trying to score from the midfielders to create the opportunities, but they couldn't score more goals. This goes back to Chelsea. Chelsea, they really miss Nicholas Jackson. We didn't miss him. Yes, he's not a good scorer. For now, he went like 8-9 games without conceding a goal. But his presence, the way he holds the ball, it opens up for others to score. So scoring for him, I don't see it has much effect, but his assist and holding up the ball, bringing your friends into play. No wonder Cole Palmer these days he's lost because he doesn't have anyone to collaborate with in terms of holding up the ball from wait for him, pass him to finish him, or he's gonna assist. So Nicholas Jackson, we really miss him. Hope he's having a quick recovery, quick recession, rehabilitation, everything, so that he should get back on the feet on the pitch. And I was very happy to see Romeo Lavia. He's back again, played few minutes, though I know he was doing some light training, but now at least he's played a little bit. I don't know if it's 10 minutes, 15 minutes. At least he's shown that he's really back. So we won't be seeing Reece James on the midfield again. Maybe he's going to play as a wing back the way we know our captain he's based at. Romeo Lavia, maybe next game he's going to start and play maybe 55 or 45 minutes the way Maresca manages him. So technically, Enzo Maresca was very poor in this game. He was playing too defensive and very scared, like going forward. The players he puts up front there to help the team, they were back passing the ball. Because what I know, if your system is being blocked by the opponent, when you go on the second half, which means you need to change the system, you need to come with something to neutralize the opposition. But all he did, he made some substitute, but with the same tactic, Tariq George came on, but he couldn't do anything because the young boy was being tight marked, two players covering him up. So he was supposed to change the system. No, but it seems like Enzo Maresca was very comfortable with 1-0 lose. He didn't want to concede more goals. He wanted to sympathize with fans. Losing 1-0 is not a problem. Come on, it's a problem. Our lucky City drew with Brighton. Brighton helped really helped us. This time we would have on fifth, but big out to all the players that risk. We know that they are very poor, and we know that who are very good, we need to try to separate them. Transfer window, they're just buying all those fluffy, promising potential players. It's up to them to toddy Bolly, but as they've said that they're gonna be selling most of the players on the starting 11, at least maybe 7 players to raise some money to buy a pure striker. Yes, that's what we need most because we have too many players. We can't bring in best strikers whereby you have a bunch of players, average players who are doing nothing. One of Christopher Nkunku, he's got to leave, but the guy is already out. He's not doing anything. He's supposed to leave on his own. But anyway, no one is one part who's going to pay 70 million for him, and Chelsea were too demanding. That's how they messed up. Otherwise, you would have left him. All right, guys, I want you to go down the comment, contribute, like, and share, and subscribe for more insightful updates to come from the Blue Army family. Welcome, guys, to my Sport Zone family.